Alright, the one question that we neglected to answer from the last presentation was how. So how are we going to study history in this course? So this is where I'm going to talk about the policies, what types of items to access in the course. This is what your course homepage should look like in Moodle. I'm going to start with the syllabus because I think that's the place to start. So if we go to the syllabus here, I'm going to go right down to grading. Alright, so this is how you'll be graded in the course, how you'll be evaluated in the course. So 20% of this course will be lecture quizzes. Alright, that'll be 20% of the course. Now, what is a lecture quiz? Well, a lecture quiz is a quiz that is graded based on lecture videos. Alright, so this is a lecture quiz. Alright. In this case, these are study.com videos. Sometimes I'll create my own lecture videos, but for this case, these are videos from study.com, all right? So you'll access the study.com video, and if you have a question about how do I access a study.com video, then simply click on this document here, how do I access study.com videos. It's under course information. You can find that on the course homepage. And here's what you'll get once you pull that up. You'll get something like this that basically tells you exactly the steps that you need to take in order to access study.com. It's going to ask you to enter an email address. This is the email. This is your password. Password is password. And this will allow you to access only the study.com videos that I provide. So again, if you have questions about that, please click on how do I access study.com videos. There's nothing that you need to pay for in this course. So everything in this course is completely free. We do not have a textbook in this course. All right. So again, everything in the course is completely free. To access this, there is nothing you have to pay for. I've already gotten emails about how do I pay for it. There's nothing you need to pay for. Just click on the Word document that I have in Moodle and follow those directions. So you'll actually click on the lecture video and you'll get something that looks like this, and it'll say start assignment. And you can actually, if you want to, you can watch the whole video if you like, or if you prefer, you can even scroll down the page and read the transcript. So everything that's in the transcript is also in the video. Okay, so everything that's in the transcript is also in the video. So keep that in mind. Some students prefer to read, some students prefer to listen. Some do both. Some read while having it playing in the background. So that's totally up to you. So what you'll do is you'll watch the lecture video and you'll take this quiz. All right. Now, this quiz here, quiz 1, it goes with the 2 lecture videos that are above it. These are all events leading to the Civil War. You can take this quiz as many times as you like. All right. It's going to be a timed quiz. You can take it as many times as you like until the due date. All right. Now, the highest score counts. So I take the highest score. I do not take the average between scores. All right. So the highest score counts. But now keep in mind that you have to take this before the due date. All right. So it says due 2/7/11:55 p.m. You must take that before the due date. I do not extend the due date for any reason. So always take the quizzes early. If you have doubts about where you might be in a few days. All right. So again, take the quiz ahead of time. Do not email me at 11:56 saying that you can't access it. All right. So make sure that you access it before then. If you want to get 100 on the quiz and it takes you 100 times to take the quiz to get 100, that is totally up to you, and that is certainly your prerogative if you would like to do that. So you really should do well on the lecture quizzes. I would ask you to take notes on the lecture videos. It'll make your life a whole lot easier if you're taking notes as you go along. Some students try to Google the answers and they end up getting really frustrated, especially whenever you have to take a midterm exam. So we'll also have a midterm exam. The midterm exam will basically be an exam that is based off of the quizzes. All right, so all your questions will come from a huge test bank. If you do well on the lecture quizzes, then you have nothing to worry about on the midterm exam. Now, the midterm exam is much like the lecture videos. You'll have 3 days to take the midterm exam, all right? And you can take it as many times as you want, all right? But again, you've got to know the information. It's going to be a timed quiz. Even though you can take it as many times as you want, You have to know the information, have a working knowledge of the information. If not, you're going to be very frustrated. The final exam is run in the same manner as the lecture quizzes. So the lecture quizzes are essentially preparing you for the midterm and the final exam, which are all administered online. The midterm and the final together are worth 35% of your overall grade. All right, so 35% of your overall grade. Class assignments. Sometimes I'll have online class assignments. As you've noticed here, let me go back to the course homepage. You've noticed here I have assignment 2, Frederick Douglass, completed by 212. So this is actually a case where you'll read the primary document and you'll complete the assignment online. Again, this should be an easy A for you all. If you just read the questions, and read the document, answer the questions, you should do well on assignment 2. So sometimes, in the case of this course where we're having to play catch up, I will have assignments that are online. We'll also have assignments that are in class. So for example, here you see class assignment, historical background for the Civil War Part 1. I expect you guys to bring this to class on the 7th, which is Wednesday, and we will, I will grade those at the very beginning of class. So make sure you bring those with you to class on the 7th. So that is a class assignment. Sometimes we'll have class discussions as part of our assignments. We'll frequently have class discussions. We'll have videos that you'll watch sometimes in class and answer questions, primary documents. Anyway, all of these class assignments are worth a total of 45% of your overall grade. All right, 45% of your overall grade. Lecture quizzes, exams, class assignments. Let's see. The other thing is a policy I have is I don't accept any late work. So late assignments are not accepted under any circumstance. All right. So don't try to send me an assignment past the due date. What I do, and I also don't accept any type of any late note, doctor's notes, or anything like that. What I do provide though for you is I do provide everyone with one free absence. All right, so I expect that people are going to be sick or have doctor's appointments or have possibly vacations that they take. So you get one free absence, all right, and it is not counted against you at all. One free miss. You also get a second absence that you can make up. So your second lowest grade, I provide an extra credit day where you can actually replace your second lowest grade. So essentially you get the 2 lowest grades dropped automatically, all right? So if you're out for school, if it's sick, if it's vacation or whatever, you really don't have to tell me because you automatically get 2 automatically no matter what, all right? So anyway, that's the policy for that. Attendance policy, make sure that you're in class. I need you all in class every day. This is where you'll be graded typically. This is when we'll do class assignments. It's important that you're in class in order to complete the class assignments. And as long as you're in class and you're doing the work, you can actually do really well in the course. All right. So again, just make sure you're in class. Academic integrity. So every semester I have someone who plagiarizes. All right. Make sure that you do not plagiarize in this course for any reason. Never plagiarize. This is passing off your partner's work as your own. This is passing off an internet website, a book, etc. Anything that you try to pass off, anyone else's work that you try to pass off as your own work is considered plagiarism. I typically will give both people, the person who's copying and the person who that person copied off of, a 0 if they plagiarize. All right? So that's how I handle that. If it happens a second time, then I'll remove you from the class. I've never actually had to remove anyone from the class for plagiarizing. So usually after the first 0, people get it. But people plagiarize every single semester, and it's very unfortunate that I get that every semester. You can actually get kicked out of a college or a university for plagiarizing, so keep that in mind I've known people personally who've been removed from college for plagiarizing term papers. So that is a cardinal sin in academia. So do not plagiarize no matter what. Make sure you always are aware of the potential for plagiarism. Personal conduct, misbehaving in class. So anytime there's misbehavior in class, there's typically a warning, and then after that, I just remove the person from the class. I had to not have to remove anyone from the class last semester. I've had to remove people in the class from the past. I've only had to remove one person from the class entirely. That is, I had to remove them from the course, and they could not take the course anymore. But most people, I typically don't have with the population of students I get. I typically don't have issues with behavior, but keep that in mind that that's how I handle personal conduct in the classes. I just remove the person from the class, and I typically have to follow up with a meeting with student services, and sometimes you have to sit before a panel. So keep that in mind. Is that your education is important, but I also have to keep in mind that everyone else in the class, they have just as much. I place just as much value on their education as well. All right, so we have to educate for 30 or more people in the class. This is a hybrid class. That means that we have a lot of content that is online, as you probably have already noticed, and we also have 2 meetings a week, so 2 class meetings a week, which I think is good because it allows you to complete some of the classwork online and allows you to not have to come to class on Friday, because this is typically a Monday, Wednesday, Friday class, but now it is actually a Monday, Wednesday class. So that is, I've talked about lecture quizzes, I've talked about the midterm and final, I've talked about behavior policy. How to access content, I would suggest, we're always told to really push people to use Mozilla Firefox. Google Chrome tends to do well also. It tends to perform well. I've had students who've had issues with Internet Explorer, so I would be mindful of Internet Explorer. Again, I would use Mozilla Firefox, Google Chrome in order to access the lecture videos and the other online content that I provide you. You are not required to purchase a textbook. The text, I provide all the information. I feel like I can do that in a history class. I can provide you all of the content that you need online without you having to actually purchase a textbook. All right. Here is, these are my office hours if you ever want to get in touch with me. So please come by in my office hours if you're ever interested. I'm on the Davie campus Tuesday and Thursday. Honestly, you can reach me by email. I usually try to get back to students within 24 hours. So email is probably the best way, but you're also welcome to schedule a meeting with me during my office hours when I'm on campus. All right, so I think that is the majority of what I needed to talk about. The main takeaways here: no late work is allowed. We have a lot of content online. Make sure you have a steady internet connection, that sort of thing. And here is the course, all the information in the course. For next class, make sure that you complete class assignment, Historical Background for the Civil War Part 1 and Part 2. And make sure you bring your questions and answers to classes. I'll check those off at the very beginning of class. All right, so make sure that you bring those items with you to class on Wednesday. And I'll have this video available for you here. It's under course information. You can also take the contract quiz. The contract quiz is not a requirement, but it's for auditing purposes. I encourage students to take it for auditing purposes, more for an online class, but it's an easy 100, and it basically tells me that you understand all the information in the syllabus. Again, an easy 100. So take the contract quiz, and do not forget, please, to read the syllabus. Go over the syllabus again and again, and also read the DCCC policies and information. So there are policies that I just can't cram into the syllabus because the syllabus is long enough, in my opinion. So please access that information as well, and I look forward to seeing everyone in class.